Welcome to the Scioto Valley Game of the Week, live on Total Media Sports YouTube. Lights, camera, action! Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome in for the Scioto Valley Game of the Week here, streaming on Total Media Sports. This is Hayden Milliken joining you here from the township at Huntington High School, just at the athletic complex down the road from the school, here for this high school baseball contest, a big one in the SVC between undefeated Zane Trace and the Huntsman of Huntington. Here shortly, we'll have the lineups for both sides, for both Zane Trace and for Huntington. A little bit to look out here for on both sides this evening, so keep it locked in right here on Total Media Sports. We're going to have this one a little bit chilly here this evening, and well, of course, glad we're up here a little warmer where we are. The wind was blowing when I was coming up here, and a little bit of dark clouds, but hopefully no hard rain or any sort of weather passes through. Hopefully we can get through this one for the most part unfazed. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our first break, and we're going to come back with the starting lineups for Huntington and for Zane Trace here on Total Media Sports. Don't go anywhere.
Lights, camera, action! Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube. Lights, camera, action! Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
Welcome to. You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
2 balls, 1 strike the count. And a foul ball. 2-2. One down here for the Huntsman. Here comes the 2-2 pitch, and this one's going to be full. Just a little bit out there. 3-2 the count now to Seth Throckmorton. Full count pitch, and this one's going to be a fly ball into left field, and this one's going to go way back, and it is going to be caught for out number 2. 2 down for the Pioneers, for the Huntsmen. I'll get it right. I have the worst eyesight in the world, and on top of that, I have the worst memory coordination in the world. But, hey, got the outfield in my mind. As Elliott coming up now for the Huntsman. 2 down for Huntington. And pitch in this one is going to be a ground ball and throw to first base for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down for Huntington, and we get ready to head into the top of the second inning scoreless here on Total Media Sports.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
And back here in Huntington, 0-0 is the score, a 1-2-3 inning for the Huntsmen. And the Pioneers getting ready to come back to bat here in just a moment. Again, we got the stream going right now. Appreciate everyone coming in here. Got the live to see and a matchup in the TVC Ohio tonight as well. But in softball action in the Scioto Valley as we have it, Eastern takes on Memphis. I was talking about close proximity. We were also supposed to broadcast the Jackson Eastern Megs game tonight. However, due to reasons that I'm not fully aware of, that game got canceled and moved to a to-be-determined day and time. But we are told that it is still going to happen, at least by the sounds of things, on their social media, and it is called Strike One here. Oiler batting, 0-1 the count. And Oyer's pitch to Oyler, going to be a little low. We'll say it's in, strike 2. Seem to make the signal, however, scoreboard says 1-1 and swing and a miss, and they're going to try to make the tag at first. They do. 1 down for the Pioneers. For real, the Pioneers this time and not Huntington. 1 more down for Huntington, for Zane Trace, and Ezra Rippeth now coming up to bat. Huntington did reel the out in. As the first pitch coming here to Ezra Rippeth, that's going to be curveball and a bit outside. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strike to Rippeth. Have to make it a running counter how many times I mess up the names here this evening. And this one is going to be swung on. Will be foul ball. Just got a text about the camera work. Saying it looks good. Is that a strike 2? 1 ball, 2 strikes. Curve outside again, 2-2. Count 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And back on here. As 1 out here for the Pioneers. Ezra Rippeth at the plate for Zane Trace, where the count is full. Oyer at the mound for Huntington. And here comes the full count pitch. And this one is going to be grounder 2. Oyer goes past him, and the play is going to be made at first base for out number 2. Another out there caught by Braden Elliott. And another Pioneer bites the dust here in the inning. 2 outs. Is now Gavin Allen batting for Zane Trace. This is going to be ball 1. A 1-0 pitch, and this is going to be fouled back. 1-1 the count. One pitch coming to Gavin Allen. 2 outs. A swing and a miss. Strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gavin Allen. 2 down here for the Pioneers in the top of the second. The 1-2 pitch, and this is going to be a ground ball. And a throw to first base is going to be caught by Braden Elliott for out number 3. Still no runs produced here as we head into the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless, Huntington 0, Zane Trace 0. We'll be back in just a moment on Total Media Sports.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
And back here at Huntington, where the Pioneers defense warming up again, and Huntington getting ready for their second trip to the plate, getting ready for the bottom of the second inning. Scoreless here as well, 0-0. Like to thank our sponsors, Quick Stop Lube and Tire of Piketon, First National Bank of Waverly, Bach and Hornback Funeral Home, Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies, and Kirchhoff Automotive. Global company is Kirchhoff Automotive, may I add. Employs a lot of people in the Pike and Ross County areas and the surrounding vicinity. And here's the leadoff pitch, and this one is going to be fouled back. Matt Jordan at the plate for Huntington, foul ball. The 0-1 pitch is going to be outside. Gunnar McCullough looks like he's pitching for Zane Trace. That was going to be called ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. And McCullough's 2-1 pitch is going to be a swing and a miss. Count is even, 2-2 to Jordan. And the pitch to Jordan. And it's going to be called strike. 1 down. Matt Jordan struck out here. And a strikeout for Gunnar McCullough. 1 down for Huntington as Lowry makes his way up now. Lowry plays catcher. Now batting for the Huntsman. 1 down here in the bottom of the second. Scoreless here at Huntington. And here's the first pitch. And it's going to be just inside for strike 1. Went in low, got that bottom corner. No 1, the count to Landon Lowry. Here's another pitch by McCullough. This one's going to be grounded straight to McCullough. Going to try to make the play at first base and gets 1 out. And there are 2 outs now in the inning for the Huntsman. Lowry down. And continuing through the lineup. Designated hitter coming in, Sean Davis. 2 down for Huntington. And the first pitch from McCullough is going to be in for strike 1. Oh and 1 to the DH Davis. And that one is going to be strike 2. 0-2 the count, 2 down. But the first couple innings been really quick here, and this one is going to be a little low for ball 1, almost going into the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And when you have good pitching performances, it definitely does speed up any baseball game you go to. And the 1-2 pitch went from a little low to a little high, 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Davis, and this one is going to be fouled out. That goes downhill to the parking lot. Up here on a hilltop is this baseball field. 2-2 to Davis, and a swing and a miss. And that retires the inning for the Huntsman. Still 0-0 as we head into the top of the 3rd inning. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back here in just a moment on Total Media Sports.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m. bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
0-0 here in this big SVC matchup, heading into the top of the third inning with the Pioneers on deck getting ready to bat here once again. And thank you to our sponsors, Kirchhoff Automotive, First National Bank of Waverly, Quick Stop Lube and Tire. Also got Botkin Hornback Funeral Home in Waverly sponsoring as well. So thank you all to our sponsors. And if you want to sponsor these Side of Valley broadcasts, all you have to do is reach out to Total Media, and we will add you to the rotation. A few different sponsorship options, a few different tiers for anybody interested in sponsoring some local area baseball. Of course, broadcasting quite a few games here during the season throughout the Side of Valley region. Oh, you're warming up here, and kind of take a look here in the SVC standings. Zane Trace, of course, this is the unofficial standings, but these are going by projections, records, you name it. Zane Trace was just one above Huntington, again with the undefeated record and in conference and out of conference. And with only one loss, Huntington was trailing in fourth place. Only 3 teams remain winless. Remain undefeated, should I say, in the Side of Valley Conference. Westfall again being one that kind of came out of nowhere. Zane Trace also part of that. I believe Uniota is the other one. There's a couple big non-conference losses like against Jackson and a couple other opponents, and a close one against Chillicothe as well recently. We'll go through the local scores here in just a little bit. As always, trying to run down some local area baseball scores as the count is 0-1. And this pitch is going to be curveball and going to hit the dirt. Ball 1. Grady Stewart batting for the Pioneers. 1-1 the count. And here's a pitch from Oyer. And this one is going to be popped up and going to go towards right field, close to foul territory. They're trying to make a play on it. It looks like they're able to reel it in for an out for the Pioneers. 1 down for Zane Trace. Getting that one in foul territory, reeling it in. As Mason Hartley batting for the Pioneers. The scorecard I was originally given was accidentally miswrote as Harthy. It's Hartley. And the pitch coming here from Andrew Oyer with 1 down for Zane Trace. And this one's going to be in the right field. Going to go back, and it's going to roll down the hill. It's a foul ball. 0-1 the count. One down here, top of the third inning. No runs produced yet for either side. Here comes the pitch from Oyer, and this one is going to be curved, and just a bit high, though. Not able to get all that. 1 ball, 1 strike. As Larson waiting on deck for the Pioneers. The 1-1 pitch, and there's going to be a swing and a miss. That ball was low, hit the dirt. Still went for the swing on it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. One down for Zane Trace. And that was going to be out 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes to Hartley. Oyer looks in, and here comes the pitch. And this one's going to be popped down to right center, and the play is going to be made for out number 2. 2 down for Zane Trace. And now here comes Cohen Larson. This fast pace continues here in the 3rd inning with already 2 outs for Zane Trace. And 1 more from retiring the side. No damage done, not even a hit, I believe, on either side. The closest we came was a walk, which Huntington got one on base earlier. And pitch coming, and this one's going to be fouled. 0-1. No balls and 1 strike, calls time. Larson stepping out of the box for a second, comes back in. And here comes the 0-1 pitch. And that was going to be way out, rolls out of the catcher's glove. 1-1. Bit of a wild pitch there. The 1-1 pitch coming to Larson. There's going to be a curveball, strike 2. One, 2 the count. 2 strikes here. No one on base for the Pioneers. The 1-2 pitch coming. And this one is going to be a line drive into left center. And it looks like Cohen Larson is going to get a base hit. The first hit here of the game. And it goes to Cohen Larson for the Pioneers, who is now on first base. And now Landon Jarrell coming in and see what Zane Trace can do. Getting a little bit of momentum, keeping the inning alive for the moment. Still 2 outs. And here's a pitch, and it's going to be a little high, 1-0. One ball, no strikes. Trying to tag Larson out, but he slides back safely to first. Trying to avoid a steal attempt, and Larson comes back over again. Good awareness by Oyer. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and this one is going to be a ground ball. Going to roll to the shortstop. Play going to be made at first base, where Braden Elliott gets it for out number 3. A base hit for the Pioneers. However, no runs produced as we head into the bottom of the 3rd, with the Huntsmen coming back to bat here on Total Media Sports.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
Here in the bottom of the third inning, 0-0 is the score. Huntington and Zane Trace all tied up here in this SVC matchup. A base hit there for the Pioneers. However, nothing more than that, as another out for Zane Trace. Of course, already we're down by 2. Kept the inning alive for a little bit. But, however, back to this situation with the Huntsman coming up to bat here in the bottom of the third inning in what has been a fast-paced game here up on the hill. Again, shout out to our camera guy all the way down there, Wyatt Martin, who is running the center field camera here this evening. Talking about how close they were to rolling down, but able to get a very good view back there of a right center. So here comes up to bat. It's going to be called strike. Here's a pitch coming from McCullough. I believe we're at 1-1. And there's a strikeout. Nope, sorry, 2. 1 out. And I mentioned that it is April. I told someone I was going to try to fool someone with that one today. I was able to do that. Called strike. Long batting. This is Alex Long. It's going to be a little high. Here comes a 1-1 pitch. Bunts this one. Gonna go back. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. This is going to be popped up and fouled. The pitch coming, that was going to be way high. 2-2. A little too much into that one. Overthrew it. Two the count. And here's the pitch. And this one's going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Play going to be made at first for an out. Carson Hindenberger batting now for Huntington. One of the on-deck hitters. Pitch coming. This one's going to be popped up into foul territory. Looks like they're trying to make a play on it, and they get it. And there's another out, retiring the side for the Huntsman. and get ready to head into the top of the fourth inning. 0-0 the score here on Total Media Sports. We'll be back in just a moment.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
And back here, heading into the top of the fourth inning here up on the hill at the Huntington Athletic Complex, with the Zane Trace Pioneers getting ready to come up to bat again. Oh, you're getting a few warm-up pitches in, and 0-0 the score here, some runs. Hopefully everybody's able to see and hear all this okay. Of course, one of our first experiments here at Huntington. I have done a couple basketball streams over here for different teams. First time we've ever made it over here for high school baseball. Excited to be a part of this one between Zane Trace and Huntington. As Josh Young coming out to bat for the Pioneers. He's, as we have it here, I believe a senior. It'll be called strike. Oh, 1 the count. And calls time. Comes Oyer's pitch to Young, the 0-1. And this is going to be wild pitch, ball 1. 1-1 the count. Here comes the 1-1 pitch, and that was going to go a little low, 2-1. It's ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike. No outs here yet in the top of the fourth. 0-0 the score for those just tuning in. There's going to be called ball. 3-1. Three balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to hit the dirt. And there's going to be a walk. Long makes it on first. Young makes it on first, should I say. And I got Young on first. And now coming to bat is Gunnar McCullough. McCullough's a junior. Multi-sport athlete for the Pioneers. And looks like thinking about it, but comes back to first. Keeping Young at first base here. Called ball 1. 1-0 the count. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's a pitch. That one's going to go out. 2-1, 2-0. And there's going to be called strike. Foul ball situation, 2-1. Two balls, one strike the count here to McCullough, and this one's going to be, he got a little bit of it, Clifton, so it's foul. 2-2. Regardless, it's still 2 balls, 2 strikes. Calls time, steps out. Views continue to pile in here as well. Again, we got the live chat as well on the YouTube live stream, 2-2. And a pitch coming here to McCullough, swing and a miss. And there's the first out. One down for the Pioneers, and Lucas Euler coming up. Here's a pitch, and this is going to be a ground ball to the shortstop. Going to try to make the play over to second. They not sure if they got that one or not. Looks like they did. It looks like there's going to be out number 2. However, Euler does make it on the first base safely. Close play at the second base, called out. So 2 down for the Pioneers. And the umpires and coming out here, checking something here at second base. As they look over this for a moment, talking things over. Being over, but it looks like quickly getting back into position. Talking things over, perhaps, possibly, about the call at second. However, things still stand at 2 outs here in the 4th. Two down. Here's a pitch by Oyer. It's going to be into the third base area and tagged for out number 3 at second base. Trying to get into second. However, the play did not work for out number 3. As the Huntsmen get ready to come up to bat, the score is still 0-0 here on Total Media Sports. Back in just a moment.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
here in the bottom of the fourth inning. The Huntsmen get ready to come up to bat. No runs produced in that one by the Pioneers. And the score remains 0-0 as we get here to the bottom of the fourth inning. Again, thank you to Kirchhoff Automotive, Quick Stop Lube and Tire of Piketon, First National Bank. Play going to be made at first base for out number 1. Botkin Hornback Funeral Home and Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies. Some of our sponsors for the Side of Valley broadcast. One down for the Huntsmen. McDonald was at bat and he got tagged out. So now here comes Seth Throckmorton. The pitch coming to Throckmorton is going to be in. Gets that corner for strike 1. 0-1 the count. McCollum getting a strike. Here on Seth Throckmorton. Here comes the 0-1. And this is going to be popped back and fouled. Oh-2 the count. One down, and here's the 0-2 pitch. And like I say, you got the swing, yes. So there's another out. 2 outs for the Huntsmen already. Throckmorton down. 2 outs for the Huntsmen, and Braden Elliott, the first baseman, coming up on deck to bat. 2 already down here in quick succession for Huntington. And here's the pitch by McCullough, and this one's going to be fouled into right field. 0-1 the count. On the count, this one is going to be a little low, 1-1. Trying to get it into that inside corner, however, it drops. 1-1 the count here to Elliott. And here comes McCullough's 1-1, and Elliott gets the grounder and trying to make the play here at first. A little high, but they're going to say he caught that. Yes. Nice play at first base to get the out. And that's going to do it for the inning here for the Huntsmen, as no runs produced and a big play there at first base to produce an out as we get ready to head to the top of the 5th inning. 0-0 is the score. We'll be back in just a moment here on Total Media Sports.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
This until I'm blue in the face and a little bit of shortness of breath here anyway, so it wouldn't take too much for me to get blue right about now. This one has gone by quick. 0-0 the score here in the top of the 5th inning. A little bit of an elevated platform up here, trying to keep my breath. So, again, 0-0 the score, and a close one there, a tag out at first base to retire the Huntsman going into the 5th inning. And now, once again, the Pioneers of Zane Trace coming up to bat. Neither side letting down, may I add, in this one. Good defensive showing here by both sides, from both Zane Trace and from Huntington. And we got Allen batting for the Pioneers. This is Gavin Allen, another senior for them. They've got, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seniors on the Zane Trace roster. They gave us, of course, grade levels as well for the Pioneers. So quite a few seniors going to be leaving this year, and this one's going to be popped up and fouled. 0-1 the count. High net here, and a reminder why we have these at all these various baseball fields we go to. No balls, 1 strike here to Allen. And the pitch coming from Oyer. And this one is going to be another foul ball. Quickly 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the 5th. The 0-2 coming, and this one's going to be another foul. Count stays, no balls, 2 strikes. Oh, 0-2 the count. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and nearly hits him. Ducks and avoids that one. 1-2 the count. Almost a hit by pitch. One ball, 2 strikes the count. No outs in the top of the 5th. One-two pitch coming, and this one's going to be fouled again. Rolls forward a little bit, just not within play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, still the count here. Gavin Allen batting for Zane Trace. Here's a 1-2 pitch, and that is going to drop in for strike 3. And there's the first out, and a strikeout there for Andrew Oyer. As now Grady Stewart comes up to bat for the Pioneers. 1 out here in the 5th. Another big play here defensively by Huntington. The pitch coming to Grady Stewart. This is going to be in for strike 1. Drops in. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch and a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Swung on that one. And quickly here to 0-2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch from Oyer, and that one goes way outside on the count. Here's a pitch, and this one is going to drop in for strike 3 again. 2 straight strikeouts for Andrew Oyer, and that's going to retire the side. No, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. As we got one more coming up to bat for Zane Trace. That was on me for looking at the scoreboard there for a second. It happens. Even to the best of us like myself, and even on the worst of days and worst of moments, right? And Hartley coming up to bat. And coming, it'll be a little low. It'll be ball one. 1-0 the count. 2 outs here for Zane Trace. The count. Pitch coming here from Andrew Oyer. Calls time. Hartley comes in to bat, and that one's going to be a little high, just over his head. Ball 3-0 the count. Few rough pitches here for Andrew Oyer. And this one drops, and they're going to say, looks like a walk. They'll say ball 4. Umpires talk things over for a second, taking time. See, as the coach goes up to talk to pitcher Oyer, just talking things over. Doesn't look like a pitching change, just regrouping and getting everything situated. Now your steps back up here, allowing a walk, but trying to keep his head up here. Just trying to get everything straightened out. 2 down, and here's the pitch. And this one's going to slide and go into second. Looks like he's going to be tagged out. The attempt made to slide into second does not work, and another out for the Pioneers to retire to the side as we head into the bottom of the 5th inning. 0-0 is the score here on Total Media Sports.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
And we made it here to the bottom of the 5th with the Huntsman coming back up to bat. As Jordan batting now. Once again up to the plate to bat. No runs produced on either side. Strike 1 called. Gunnar McCullough gets it in. Talk things over with Oyer. No such thing been needed here with Gunnar McCullough pitching-wise, and the 0-1 pitch coming. And just a little bit high, nearly getting in, but not enough. 1-1. Calls 1-1 to Jordan. Is going to be fouled out. Oh, it's going to be fair, almost to the foul line, but it is going to just roll into fair territory for first base and a single for him. Matt Jordan will get on first. A very close one there at the line, just staying over. And one on base, the first hit here for the Huntsman. Is now Lowry going to come in. No outs here, some breathing room for Huntington. Sliding back over in the first. Looking in, pitch Lowry. He shapes up the bunt. And it is going to not be enough. We're calling that strike one. Of course, foul there. Clipped it a little bit. Oh, 1 the count to Landon Lowry. Looking back over to first. Can't get anything off that. Gets back to base safely. Does Jordan. Here's a pitch coming, and looks like it's going to be called ball one. 1-1, shaped up the bunt, went out. Looks like maybe trying to sacrifice, possibly get on first. Looking back over to first to Jordan, and he gets in just in time, gets back. And the 1-1 pitch coming here. Looks over, tries to get that one, and it's going to be a strike. Strike 2, misses that. Side strike zone, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Pitch coming, this is going to be popped up and fouled. Count remains 1-2. I want to say we're close to the Huntington bleachers just behind us. From this angle, at least, looked like it went over there. Here comes the 1-2 pitch again, and this is going to be a high fly ball in the left field, and it is going to be caught for out number 1. 1 down here for the Huntsman in the 5th. It now looks like Davis, the designated hitter, coming back to bat for Huntington. One out in the bottom of the 5th inning, and steps back. Looks like he's lining up to bunt here as well. At this point, just trying to work on getting people ahead and getting Jordan to second. Whatever they can do to get back home. One out here, a little bit of breathing room, and steps back, a wild pitch, and not exactly what Zane Trace would have wanted, pass ball, and they're going to say he's ruled safe. Trying to get it back into play, and Matt Jordan makes it on the second. Jordan slides in safe. Con time here for a moment, talking things over, but getting on to second base now. Still only 1 out, and of course a wild pitch, so that will be called ball 2. So it is 2-0 the count. Looks like to bring in a pinch runner. See who it is out there. Looks like it's going to be Beardsley coming in to pinch run in his place. So Jordan is going to go back to the dugout, and Gabe Beardsley pinch running for the Huntsman. So here comes Davis back up, 2-0 the count. Stepping out here. And this is going to be popped back and fouled. 2-1. It was going to be called ball 3. 3-1 to count. Three-one pitch coming into Davis, and looks like it's a grounder. See what happens here. Makes it over to third, and Luke Beardsley gets to third, and tags. Looks like got an out at first base. Davis is out. Sean Davis is out. Frankie Hirsch batting for Huntington now. And a leading run at third base for the Huntsmen. Closest we've had all game to either side getting a run. And here's the pitch to Hirsch. And this one's going to be out for ball 1. Calls time for a moment. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch coming here. Steps back, strike 1. One the count. And gets it in there to Hirsch again. 1-2. Pitch coming, a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Frankie Hirsch strikes out. Closest we've come to a run. Still not able to get one in, though, as we head into the top of the 6th inning. Still 0-0 here at Huntington. We'll be back in just a moment on Total Media Sports.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Kirchhoff Automotive, and also Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies. And back here to the Pioneers as they lead off the 6th inning. comes the pitch from Oyer. He allowed a couple walks, and going to be curveball strike one. Larson at the plate, 0-1 the count. Now, Larson, last time he was up, he got a base hit. One of the only hits here in this contest. And here's the pitch. And this is going to be in left field and foul. For real that time. Last time we got the left field line. And it was going to be called strike two. So, either way, 0-2 the count. Last time rolled over there because of my bad eyesight, my astigmatism. Failed to see that one, so it is 0-2 this time around. And here comes Oyer's 0-2 pitch to Larson in just a moment. No outs yet, just starting the top of the sixth inning in a quick-paced game. And there's a strikeout, Cohen Larson out. And a good way to recover here if you're Andrew Oyer getting a strikeout. Now Landon Gerald coming up to bat for the Pioneers, one down. And here's a pitch, and this one is going to be just fair into third base. They're going to say no. It was, but didn't get enough distance, so it is going to be called foul ball. 0-1 the count. Looked like it for a second. Took a second to make that call, but they made it, so 0-1 the count. And here's the pitch. And that one is going to be a little bit low. Ball one hits the dirt. 1-1. And the 1-1 pitch coming, and this one's going to pop down into the ground again. 2-1. Couple low pitches there by Oyer. Two balls, one strike here to Gerald. And calls time here. Steps out just for a moment. One out here in the sixth. And the 2-1 pitch coming by Oyer is going to be right in for strike two. Count is even, 2-2. Couple rough pitches by Oyer. Good way to rebound right there. That was a good pitch by Oyer. And 2-2 the count here, and this one is going to drop into the dirt. Count is full. In a game like this, where not many hits have been given up and not many opportunities on either side, last thing you want right now if you're Huntington is a walk. See what Oyer can do here. Full count pitch, and it is going to be a walk. Gerald makes it on first. And coming off deck and up to bat is going to be Josh Young. One on base here for the Pioneers. The third, maybe fourth walk here for Oyer. I think this one, with how closely contested it's going to be who makes the worst mistake first at this point. One down, and here's the pitch to Young, glowing into the dirt. Looks like we're going to have an attempt here at second, and Gerald slides in safely. Trying to make the play over to get Gerald out, not in time, and Gerald will make it to second base. Pitch coming and a foul ball. I know there's a net there, but every time I see it flying in my general direction, I can't help but flinch just a little bit. 1-1 the count. Be like John Sterling for the Yankees. Foul ball hit him a couple years ago, broke his glasses in half. One pitch coming, and foul ball clips it. 1-2. One out here, runner on second. Looking back here, 1-2 pitch, timed just right before he could throw it off. There's going to be a ground ball going to go down into left field. Trying to make the play at first. And did they say he got that? He did. Elliott at first base. A big play there by Braden Elliott. 2 down for the Pioneers. However, the leading run makes it to third. Another grounder. This is going to go to the shortstop. Going to be a play over to Elliott at first. And a catch there and gets him out, retiring the side and avoiding a Zane Trace run. Defense steps up for the Huntsmen as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning. Still 0-0 here on Total Media Sports.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube. Lights, camera, action! Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Of Huntington were able to score a run there in the bottom of the 6th inning, and now 1-0 is the score. Hindenburger was able to get that run in off of a line drive, and so the Zane Trace Pioneers coming up here, and well, what was 0-0 for the entire contest is now a desperation attempt coming up for the Zane Trace Pioneers. They need a run to even send this into the bottom of the 7th inning. One thing we were talking about a moment ago, of course, when we had the out earlier, of course, 2 strikes and a bunt situation there, of course, with the foul, even though, of course, 2 strikes, so it was automatically an out. Learn a little bit of baseball rules today. Hopefully everyone is watching this. Now we go to the bottom of the 7th inning, the top of the 7th inning, should I say. See what Oyer can come up with here. Just got to get 3 outs if you're Huntington. And here's the first pitch by Oyer, and this is going to be a line drive into right center and a base hit for the Pioneers. Oyler makes it on to first base. Lucas Oyler getting a base hit. Now continuing through the rotation for the Pioneers. And here's the pitch by Oyer, and it's going to hit the ground. However, Oyler staying at first. Ezra Rippeth batting for Zane Trace. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Ezra Rippeth. Going to be just a bit low, ball 1. 1-1 the count here. And this one is going to be called in for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Are you looking over and they call time? Rippeth steps out. Tying run is at first base for the Pioneers. With Rippeth here at the plate, no outs. Here comes the pitch by Oyer, and it is going to be called ball 2. 2-2 the count. Here comes Oyer's 2-2 pitch, and he is going to be outside. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the full count pitch coming, and Ezra Rippeth going to walk. Now the tying run is at second base, and the leading run is now on at first. Zane Trace definitely not out of this one with no outs. As Gavin Allen comes up now. The pitch going to Allen. This is going to be a bunt, and it's going to be just fair. Going to get it over to first base, over to Braden Elliott for out number one. However, the tying run does move to third, and also runners on second. But one down here for Zane Trace, and the heat continues to intensify here. Steps outside here. One down for Zane Trace. But this one still could go to anybody at this point. Left-handed batter coming in for Zane Trace. First time he's been out all day. And here's a pitch, and this is going to be over to Elliott at first, and a play at home, and Zane Trace is able to get the tie. Run comes in. Lucas Euler slides in safe. 1-1 is the score. Another out there. And it's tied. 1-1. Lucas Euler slides in. So now we're guaranteed a bottom of the seventh inning, and we're tied. Here's a pitch that's going to be grounder to the shortstop. Going to make the play over to Elliott, and they get it for out number three. We are tied up here. 1-1 is the score, heading into the bottom of the seventh inning here on Total Media Sports. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is a close one.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe. With 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Wasn't sure if we were going to have a bottom of the seventh inning with Huntington up by 1 run as we went into the top of the seventh, and Zane Trace able to bring one home, and 1-1 is the score. Both teams able to finally get a run up on the board, and a do-or-die situation for the Huntington Huntsmen, and trying to avoid this one from going into extra innings. Zane Trace warming up as a designated hitter. Sean Davis comes back up to bat for Huntington. McCall, of course, still here at the mound for Zane Trace. All Huntington needs at this point is 1 run, but we know how scarce those have been in this contest. And here comes McCall's first pitch. Gonna be a little high, ball 1. Two balls, no strike the count. And here's the pitch, and this one's going to hit the dirt. 3 rough pitches here for McCullough. 3 balls, no strikes. The count to Davis. And the pitch coming and going to be called in, strike 1. Avoiding a 4 and out here. Keeping this at bat alive for a moment. So here comes the pitch by McCullough. This one's going to be a little bit high, and Davis is going to make it to first base. He gets the walk. Now Hirsch coming up to bat for Huntington. 1 on base. The winning run is at first. And Frankie Hirsch coming up here to bat in just a moment for Huntington, talking things over down on the sidelines. Looks like they're bringing in looks like substitution perhaps for Huntington. They bring in a pitch runner again for Huntington. And someone we haven't seen yet here this evening, Cole Barr, they coming in for Huntington as a pinch runner. And also, no pressure, he's on potentially the winning run. And Hirsch coming up to bat here. No outs yet here either in the bottom of the 7th. Here comes Hirsch, and Barr comes back over to first safely. He gets back on the plate. And here's the pitch by McCullough, lining up to bunt and getting it back over to Barr at first. And getting it over just in the nick of time. And Barr is still safe. One-0 the count to Hirsch. And the pitch coming here by McCullough. And it's going to be called ball. Two-0 the count. Still shaping up the bunt here. And he gets a little bit of that one, and enough for McCullough to try to get it over to first base. Having a hard time scooping it up. And getting over to first base, does he get it in time? And it looks like Hirsch is going to be on first base. Barr over to second, not able to make the play in time. And gets a base hit off that bunt, and runner advances to second base. No outs yet here either for Huntington. And Long coming back up here to bat again. Still going to bunt here. Have some breathing room to do so. And gets some space off that one, and a play over to Barr at third base, and he will be out. So Barr is gone. Runner makes it to second. And runner's on first as well. So one down here for Huntington. Pinch runner makes it close, but no cigar for him. And here's a pitch, and this is going to be fouled back. 0-1. Here comes the pitch by McCullough. This bunt's going to get a little bit of ground and see what happens here to the play at first base. It looks like he is going to be out. And the winning run is now at third base as runners advance for Huntington. And stepping up to bat here for Huntington is going to be McDonald. And back to the top of the rotation. This is where it could possibly end off too. And talking things over now with McCullough. First time we've even seen this. Talking things over here with, again, the winning run at third base. However, 2 outs here. Catch-22 situation, whatever could happen, but do or die right now. As Troy McDonald comes back up. And McCullough's pitch coming to McDonald. In just a moment, steps out. Suspense continues to linger here. Now McDonald back in. The game is at the plate for the Huntsman. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be called in for strike 1. Thinking about bunting, maybe. Goes back in. And here's the pitch to McDonald. Swing and a miss. McCullough is 1 strike away from getting into extra innings. If only they can get it. And the pitch coming to McDonald, a big one, and it's fouled. Hope stays alive for a moment being. Count remains 0-2. And here's the pitch, and this one's going to be high up in the air and fouled again. Two straight fouls here for McDonald. And here's the pitch from McCullough. This is going to go into left field. Are they going to be able to make the play? Runners come home and a tag out at first base. But wait a second. Yes, it's out. Going into extra innings. The play at first base, and the run does not count. So 3 down for the Huntsman as we head into the top of the 8th inning here. Zane Trace coming up to bat, tied at 1 here at Huntington up on the hill. We'll be back in just a moment. This one continues here on Total Media Sports.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Back here at Huntington, where we are in extra innings going into the top of the 8th here. And the Zane Trace Pioneers coming up to bat here. And an opportunity for Zane Trace to get the lead here going into the 8th inning. There's going to be foul ball. The pitch coming here, and it is going to be called strike. There's Euler here at the plate. 0-2 the count. And here's the pitch. It's going to be ball one. One ball, two strikes coming here to Lucas Euler. And, ooh, it hits him. This one hits him in the back. He's going to make it the first. Correction, my eyes aren't the greatest. 30 and 31 right by each other. That was Larson. So Larson on first base, and coming up is Gerald. It's probably a close contest between myself, Ray Charles, and Stevie Wonder, who the blindest human being who ever lived was. Pitch coming here to Landon Gerald in a moment. And it is going to be line drive into right center. Gerald's going to make it on first. And looks like Larson's going to be on third. He's rounding third. He's still going. He's got time to make the play. And the play going to be home plate. They can't get it. And Cohen Larson gives the Pioneers a 1-run lead, 2-1. And he makes it in, 2-1 the score. And Zane Trace, for the first time in this contest, has the lead. One of the count. And the pitch coming, and this one's going to be popped up into right field. And it is going to be... Did he catch that? Wow, he somehow got that. Alex Long reels it in. What a catch. Another one down. So here comes McCullough. One out. Here's the pitch coming to McCullough. Curveball called strike. Strike one, and now for real, by the way, Lucas Euler is on deck for Zane Trace. Here's the pitch coming to Gunnar McCullough, and it's going to be a little high. One the count. And the pitch is coming, and it's going to fall into the dirt. Ball two. Two, one, the count to the pitcher, McCullough. Calls time. They already got one run. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and this one is going to be high up in the right field, but it's going to be fouled. Thought for a second maybe they had some room to make a play on it, but the count is 2-2. One down for Zane Trace, but they've already taken the one-run lead, 2-1. 2-2 the count at the plate for Gunnar McCullough. And the pitch coming, and it is going to be called strike 3. McCullough strikes out, and that's out number 2. Now Lucas Euler up for Zane Trace. And Ezra Rippeth on deck, if they're able to get to that point. But here's the pitch. Curveball, strike 1. Good pitch there by Andrew Euler. Here's the pitch coming, and this one's going to be outside. Gets awful close to him. Ball 1. And 2-2. That's going to drop into the inside corner for strike 2. Pitch coming, and this is going to be a swing and a miss. And that's going to retire the side for Zane Trace, but not before they get a one-run lead. 2-1 is the score. Last chance here for Huntington in the bottom of the 8th inning here on Total Media Sports. We'll be back in just a moment.
Lights, camera, action. Danbury Cinemas is your go-to movie spot in Chillicothe, with 10 screens showing the latest blockbusters and fan favorites. There's always something for everyone. Come out to 119 Pawnee Road for comfy seats, affordable tickets, and hot, buttery, fresh popcorn from the concession stands. Check showtimes at danbury.com or follow us on Facebook. Danbury Cinemas, where Chillicothe comes to watch.
Tune into 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM, your home for the legends of country across South Central Ohio. Kickstart your day with local favorite Lori Graves and the Morning Hustle from 6 to 9 a.m., bringing laughs, local news, and great country music. Then join me, Christina Wolford, on the drive home from 3 to 7 p.m. for upbeat country hits, community updates, and your afternoon pick-me-up. 100.9 WXIZ Hank FM. Country hits, community heart.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Heading here into the bottom of the 8th inning, where the Huntsmen come up here trailing by 1 over Zane Trace, who were able to get the run in extra innings. So 2-1 is the score. Zane Trace on top here. The Huntsmen get ready to come up here. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Quick Stop Lube and Tire of Piketon. We've also got Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies, First National Bank, Kirchhoff Automotive, and Botkin Hornback Funeral Home, some of our sponsors here this evening. Again, if you want to sponsor these broadcasts, reach out to Total Media. A few different sponsorship options, as we were talking about a little bit earlier. So if you're interested, just reach out. Simple as that. Warming up here, it looks like a new pitcher here possibly for Zane Trace. And Ezra Rippeth is going to pitch here, close it out. McCullough comes out. Now Ezra Rippeth at the mound. And now to the second one on the rotation, Seth Throckmorton. And here's Ezra's first offering. See what he can do at the mound. Low. Ball one. And here comes the 1-0 pitch, and it's going to be outside. Out of reach, 2 balls, no strikes. Two-0. It's going to be strike one. 2-1. Two-one pitch coming. This one's going to hit the dirt, and there's ball 3. That one's going to go out, a bit of a wild pitch. Thankfully for them, for Zane Trace, nobody on base. 3 balls, 1 strike, the count to Throckmorton. And here's Rippus' pitch, and it is going to be down the middle, strike 2, full count. And a full count pitch by Ezra Rippeth is going to be outside, and Throckmorton walks to first. And now Braden Elliott coming up for Huntington. No outs here, 1 on base. In the bottom of the 8th inning, extra innings here at Huntington. And a pitch coming. Steps back. Looks like he's going to bunt. 0-1 the count. Sticking to this, which actually saw some success earlier. The 0-1 pitch. Gets back over. Throckmorton gets to first, back on the plate safely. Trying to make the play on Seth. Rippeth looks over, and here comes the pitch, and it's going to be fouled. 2 strikes. And hits this one to Throckmorton. This is going to be a grounder towards the shortstop. Going to possibly make a double play, but they can't. Avoids a double play, and looks like Elliott is going to make it on the first base. However, Throckmorton is going to be out at second. So 1 down for Huntington, and 1 still on first base now. It's Elliott instead of Throckmorton. And here comes Jordan, Matt Jordan, the third baseman. With again 1 out for Huntington, trailing by 1 here in the bottom of the 8th. Here comes Rippus' pitch, and it's going to hit the dirt. Ball 1. The 1-0 pitch coming and fouled. 1-1. The 1-1 pitch coming, and this one's going to be high up in the air. It looks like it's going to be fouled. Goes down the hill. 1-2. 1 already down for Huntington. Elliott on first base. And Jordan at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch by Rippeth, and it's out for ball 2. 2-2. And we're progressively running out of daylight here. It gets darker and darker out here in extra innings. It's going on roughly 8 o'clock at this point, and this one's going to be a wild pitch, and Elliott off the pass ball is going to make it to second base. .7:30 the time here. Here's the pitch by Rippeth and a swing and a miss. Strike 3 and 2 down for Huntington. With Elliott on second, Landon Lowry comes up to the plate. Two down in the bottom of the 8th, trailing by 1, 2-1. Zane Trace with the lead. That's going to be called ball 1. A little close there, but just outside. What a pitch. And this one's going to be punt towards Rippeth, and if he can make the play at first, it's over. And the Zane Trace Pioneers remain undefeated by only a thread. 2-1, the final score here in extra innings, and the Pioneers will continue their undefeated run in the SVC, but a valiant effort by the Huntington Huntsmen. A close one here tonight in the Township, and this one comes to an end. Again, the final score tonight, 2-1. Like to thank our camera operator, Wyatt Martin, out at right center. Did a great job out there. Also, Julian Villarreal running the stream. But for tonight, and also thank you to our various sponsors. But for tonight, this is Hayden Milliken, getting ready to sign off, saying good night and God bless.
Thanks for watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.